Hey everybody, Keith here. I'm going to show you what my first 2 hours of Reign of Guilds was like. I know that a lot of you are going to be buying the game in the next few days or so as it enters early access, so in case this helps, this is my first 2 hours. Now first, go into character creation here, and this is kind of bare bones, but it is early access. It is what it is, right? One thing I want to show you though is how big the character does have an impact on gameplay. It impacts the camera height, the hitbox size, the character's reach, and how fast his hunger is depleted. So kind of neat. Mortal Online 2 has things like this as well, where the character appearance actually has gameplay modifications or gameplay mechanics tied to it. And you're going to see me do this a lot, right? I have to compare this game to Mortal Online 2 because it's the closest game we have to Reign of Guilds. Now that we are out of character creation, we are on to the tutorial where it's asking me to pick up a bag, shows me how inventory space works. Long story short, different bags have a different amount of slots or different weight reduction, that sort of thing. And now it's going to ask me to pick up the sword, go on to the basement, and then try this short sword out on the dummy. Lets me do my attacks, also a special attack for the short sword. Then I move on to the two-handed sword. Essentially, it's trash if you get too close, but it has more reach. Now it's going to have me try a shield and a sword. And then next, the crossbow. I can even aim with my crossbow, looking down the sights. And now it's going to take me through the spells. What's interesting about this is you get powders that allow you to cast a spell, but you can overheat the powder with this sort of meter mechanic where you have to press the button at the right time to make it more powerful. And if you take too long, it actually blows up in your face. So kind of a neat little mini game to make your spells more powerful. Now I'll take a look at the stats and the attributes, and with that, I'm off. So I'm going to go talk to the first quest NPC right inside this tutorial tavern, and with that, I'm going to go and leave the inn. And now I'm off. Now that I'm in the sort of tutorial town, I'm going to go talk to various NPCs like guards and vagrants and this random guy in a cage. Gonna pick up a bunch of quests. Got chased by a chicken randomly, talked to some merchants that I couldn't pay for any of their stuff yet, talked to more NPCs, and I ultimately found this guy called Eldon. Eldon had a quest that seemed pretty easy, so I thought I would try to do it. So ultimately, he wanted me to go into the field, grab some wheat, bring that wheat to a miller, have the miller turn that into flour, give that flour back to Eldon, and then finally he would give me some money and some boots. So boom, first quest complete. I quickly realized though that those boots were a little higher level than me, so I thought this would be a good time to go into the woods and start to level up. While I was in the woods, I was greeted by some angry men made of sticks. They're also called stick men. And I killed 1, and then 2, and then 3, and I ultimately killed 10, mostly using magic. And then I realized that I had 2 quests to kill 10 stick men. So I went back to the NPCs that gave me those quests. The first one gave me money, and the second one gave me armor. That second NPC gave me a second quest, and he wanted me to go to a local merchant and buy stuff for him, so I did, and then I got a ring for that trouble. And then when I wanted to go back into the woods, I realized I actually couldn't jump because my endurance and stamina wasn't coming back, and that's when I realized that my character was hungry. Realizing that I needed to make food, I went back into the field, got some more wheat, went back to the miller, got more flour. Then I went to a bonfire, which allowed me to take that flour and some parts that randomly dropped off of the stickmen to make some bread. So now I'm eating stickmen bread. But anyway, after eating it, I was no longer hungry and I could move again. So with my new shirt, my new ring, a stomach full of stickmen bread, and some boots that I couldn't wear yet, I decided to go back into the woods and see what I could do and see what else I could fight to level up. With that, I found another stickman, a boar, which was super scary, but I killed it, so then I got real cocky and I decided to take on a bear. And that was the wrong choice. So that was my first death, and then I headed back into the woods, and this time I got attacked by a wolf, but then I killed it. So then I got cocky again, and I decided, okay, killed another boar, found a deer, and I killed that. And then I found a hunting lodge in the woods, so I talked to some NPCs both inside and outside. I fought another boar with magic, and this one killed me. I wasn't sure if maybe I just need to fight boars better, or if boars are different in difficulty depending on where you fight them. I ultimately decided that the issue was definitely not me and I just should be using a sword and board instead of magic, so I went back into the woods once again, fought a stickman, and then I got attacked by many wolves, but I really got into a good rhythm of figuring out how to kill these bad boys, so I killed a bunch by doing a sort of blocking and dodging and piercing. Really had a really fun time killing a bunch of wolves and getting a bunch of items, ultimately selling those wolf pelts back to merchants and looking to see what else I could buy. So it was about at this time that I reached about 2 hours in. So this is kind of the gameplay loop that you'll be seeing in your first couple of hours. Now I'm still on the tutorial island, so you will absolutely have a much more broad guild attacking, guild fighting, castle sieging experience later on. And I do hope to bring those sorts of videos to you soon once I get farther along in the game myself. But this is just a tutorial area. You can expect more videos in the future. Let me know if you want to see more Reign of Guilds content, or once the game goes live, if you want to sort of hook up and do things together. I'd love that. I kept getting a sense and I kept saying to myself, wow, this is like Mortal Online 2, or oh, this part of the game is not like Mortal Online 2. And I think that's just the nature of the beast, right? The games are very similar, but what I am excited about is competition makes everything better, and the winner in this sort of Mortal Online 2 versus Reign of Guilds fight will be us, will be me, will be you. So I'm excited to kind of bounce between both games, give both games a lot of love, and hopefully both Star Vault and Atlant Games makes these two games great and gives me a lot of fun memories in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you are doing in Reign of Guilds and what you are most excited about, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye.